Hey coin collectors, Dan the Collecting Man here. Today I want to go through this mysterious 2002 $1 coin. I've seen some numbers on eBay at some pretty big prices, so I thought I'd do a video like I have done in the past where I try and educate people on the coin itself, go through a little bit about the detail about it, and also to get a bit of understanding of what its true value is. So first of all, I like to have a good look at it and actually understand what the coin is. So this is the year of the Outback, and as we can see here, we've got a map of Australia with the Southern Cross. So you can see the stars that are coming out of there, which is the Southern Cross, and then we've got what looks like Uluru as well, which is kind of really cool. So it's a really nice, unique kind of design of the year of the Outback. Definitely something I find is pretty cool. I remember when I went to Uluru a couple of years ago, when I went to get petrol at a car, this is the actual coin I got in change. So that was pretty cool to actually get that right in the Outback of Australia to get this actual coin. I thought that was pretty fun, and I did a couple of short videos on it while I was out there. So there was two key coins that got released that year. So there was this one here, and then there was this 50-cent coin in 2002. This is the windmill that you often see on some of the farms and that for the water pumps. But this is the one that I'm seeing on eBay going for some pretty big prices. So for sale prices from 1,000 up to 11,000 is the highest one I've seen so far. So definitely seeing some pretty hefty prices where people are trying to sell these coins. So I'm not sure if people are knowing what the full mintage is, so I want to go through a little bit about these, and there's some variants to these as well. So there's different versions that you can get. So the key one that you can look at getting is obviously the ones that are in circulation. Then you get the counter stamp ones. So they're ones that have, like over this side here, you've either got a C, an S, an M, or a B. So C for Canberra, S for Sydney, M for Melbourne, and B for Brisbane. So you can kind of get those counter stamp versions. So obviously they're a lot more limited. But even those in a little card, you're looking at around $2.50 each, or a set. I saw a set sold for $13 for all four of them. So they're the ones for the special like Privy Mark counter stamp version. Obviously a lot more limited to the ones that are in circulation. Then you also have your uncirculated set. So your uncirculated set will have this one and this one in a really good condition. So they're the ones that you kind of get in a little card, nice little folder. And I really like those as little collectibles. So you get pretty much the coins that went into circulation, but they haven't actually made it. So they're in pristine condition. So really nice condition. So the full set with all the coins in it and the card itself, you're looking at around $35 for that set. Then you have the proof set, which I really actually like this proof set. So you've obviously got all the coins, but the $1 coin here is actually coloured in. So they've made it like a nice little sunset kind of Outback look to the coin, and I really like it. I think it's a really nice $1 coloured coin. Obviously it's a lot more limited and it's in proof condition, so absolute pristine condition. So you're looking for the whole set, including the 50 cent and all the other coins that came out in 2002 for $105. So that's all in perfect condition. So if you're looking at those all together, so even in perfect condition, $105, it goes through, would you be buying this one as circulated condition for $1,000 to $11,000? Probably not. So let's go through a little bit more in detail around the actual mintage of this. So I've just had a look at the Royal Australia Mint website, which has just had refurbished. So I wouldn't mind doing an extra video on the actual upgrade of the website because it looks quite different to what it did in the past. So we'll click on the $1 coins, and now you can see that it starts with the most modern release coin, and we work our way down slowly to 2002, and that's the kind of coin that we want to look at. And what the key thing we're looking at as we go scroll down is the mintages. So how many of these coins were made? That tells us how rare an actual coin is, and that's the key thing to look at. Is this coin very rare? Was there many made or not? So now that we're down to 2002, as you can see here, we've got a mintage of 35.4 million. So that's the mintage of this coin. So the 35.4 million of these were made, which, as you can imagine, is quite a high number. It's definitely not a low mintage at all. So to bear that in mind about how many people live in Australia, and this is data from 2023, there's 26.66 million people that are currently living in Australia. So there's almost an extra 10 million coins of these made compared to how many Australians. So you can almost get 2 of these per person. So that's including infants and all sorts. So that is a very, very high mintage. So I'm going to compare that to some of the lower mintage coins that are currently in circulation that you can get, and to show you the difference in mintage of those. So as you can see, 35.4 million. And if we go up to 2021, which is the lowest one known in mintage that people have actually found, is this one here. And we can have a look at this. I've got a whole roll of these coins, which I was pretty lucky to get in absolute pristine uncirculated condition. As you can see here, mob of roos. And then we look at this with Queen Elizabeth. Luckily this is one of the later years with Queen Elizabeth, 2021, as you can see on the year date there. And this has a mintage of 160,000. So you can definitely compare 160,000 for a whole roll of these coins, which is very, very low mintage. And as you can see, this really looks cool, and they definitely come out really nice. Where someone's willing to pay 11,000, or someone's trying to sell it, I should say, for 11,000 for one of these. This shows that these are definitely a lot more collectible, a lot more limited. I'll put it back in this tube because this is actually something that is worth collecting, given its low mintage, and not many have actually been found in circulation themselves. So these are definitely pretty cool to have. So yeah, like I said, I like the design of this one. I think it's really unique and really cool. I like what they've done with this one, and it definitely celebrates Australia in a different way. I love our Outback, and I don't think enough Australians have actually been out in the Outback and actually looked at it. So for me, it's a pretty cool coin, but its value is probably around a $1 coin, depending on its condition. Like I said, you can get uncirculated conditions with counter stamps for $2.50. And you can get a whole uncirculated set for $35. So if you find one in circulated condition, you're only looking at a $1 coin and nothing more to that. So definitely nothing special, but pretty cool nonetheless if you got one as part of a collection. Alright, so hopefully this was an informative video. Make sure you do give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Dan the Collecting Man to stay up to date. I've got a really good lineup of videos coming up in the next month, so hopefully these videos are informative and help you as a coin collector. There's also a link down below for a shout out to buy me a coffee, so if you want to do a shout out for the channel for the work that I do, that would be really great. And as always, thanks so much for watching and joining the coin collecting community. I'll catch you in my next video. Dan.